topic, we're gonna cover some of the cybersecurity fundamental. Today's gonna be the first lecture. The next lecture, it's gonna be also the same cybersecurity fundamentals, but in the next lecture, we're gonna cover the MiIT framework, which is pretty much a basic. And yeah, go ahead.
It's inside the VMware, so
Yeah,
it's
that's
time.
okay. That's okay. That's completely fine. Anybody tried to capture HTTPS traffic or DNS traffic or some other protocol traffic in a Wireshark and explode the packet after yesterday's lecture?
Should I try it open it from the Wireshark?
Yeah. Or right click and open with Wireshark, but you need to provide the path of the software where you install Wireshark.
Okay.
But just go on a Wireshark and open it.
Okay.
Are you guys able to explain three-way handshakes if it is asked in the interview?
Yes.
Okay. Are you guys able to explain what is DNS, what is HTTP, difference between HTTP, HTTPS? Then what is the HTTP status code if they ask you? Because these are the common interview questions asked in many interviews, like in the entry level positions. They're gonna ask networking fundamentals for definitely gonna be 15 minutes. They're gonna ask you if I have a problem with the routing or if the network is not gonna be delivering, then how are we gonna troubleshoot? Hi guys, good morning.
Good morning.
Why you were not there yesterday?
Actually, I need to go for the work. They changed my shift from afternoon to morning immediately. That's why. So I informed to Mr. Devraj. So I'm extremely sorry for that.
That's okay. We do have a recording for yesterday's lecture. Don't worry. And please feel free to ask me if you still have any difficulties while going through the recording. And if you find any difficulty, if you have any doubt, feel free to shoot me a message on my personal chat.
Sure.
Hi, brothers. Good morning.
Hi. Morning.
Morning. So we are looking at the PK file for the three-way handshake, which is captured by the Cooper. And then after I will start today's lecture, which is the cybersecurity fundamentals. So basically we'll covering about what is cybersecurity, importance of cybersecurity, evolving landscape of cybersecurity and so on. It's gonna be pretty much basic. Only Devraj is coming from the cybersecurity background, right? If I'm not wrong, Devraj and Bahes. Yeah. How about you, brothers? You're from the networking, right?
No, it's I studied in my college, I should say. Then afterwards, I ended up working in ERP software. It's called SAP. You might have heard about it.
Oh yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, long back. Then that is done. Then I left IT. Then I'm trying to come back to it.
Okay. You worked in BAPI.
No.
SAP BAPI?
No, SAP Basis.
Basis. Oh, Basis is also a security domain of the SAP.
For security, it has to be SAP GRC. You have GRC.
Yeah.
Mostly it's
Uh,
authorization and all other purposes.
Yeah,
So
governance.
from ABAP, so
compliance.
initially I was in ABAP. From ABAP,
Mhm.
I moved on to Basis. I couldn't finish it up, so by then I left.
Right. In ABAP, which module you were working?
No,
Finance.
ABAP is pretty much programming.
Yeah.
So we do end up making web forms for any other, even though if it is FICO or
WebDyn Pro.
WebDyn Pro. Oh yeah, WebDyn Pro is pretty much new ones back then. Now there are new ones in the market called Fiori and all stuff.
Fiori, yeah. I heard about the Fiori, SAP UI5.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so here the SAP is like kind of a less opportunity, I'd say.
Yeah, that's true because that's an European software, German software. So it's mostly onto the European countries. But here in Canada and US, not much of SAP because there are other ERP softwares which are much cheaper, which can any company can buy it off. And here, especially here in US and Canada, they mostly go with Microsoft products mainly, right?
Perfect. So here we go. Here we see the first packet from the same Synac. You visited the HTTPS website. Then
Yes.
after the client, which is your IP 192.168.243.128, sends a client hello for the server certificate. Okay, then server responded with a Synac. Sorry, only acknowledgement. Okay, I received your hello. Okay, then again server sent a Synac. Then next packet was a acknowledgement from the response to the Synac. Client responded with the acknowledgement, and then after client sent a certificate, which is the client hello. So does anybody have any idea what is inside the packet of the client hello when server sends a hello or the client sends a hello?
I think port number.
Open up that particular client hello file. Yeah. Can you make it a little bit bigger?
This part.
Screen, yeah. Okay. Scroll down. Source port, destination port. Okay. TCP segment, sequence number, acknowledgement number, flags, Windows 65,000. Scroll down.
Just that on.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
How about sequence and ACK analysis?
And this one?
No. Yeah. Stay in the same. Yeah. Over there. Scroll down. No. Go to transport layer security.
No.
Yeah. Nothing is there.
Only this.
Handset protocol only client. Can you check the client hello? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the same. Can you open the TLS version 1.2 record layer handshake protocol? Yeah. Scroll down. If is there any information. Handshake protocol. Open this up. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, whenever this is hello from the client, right? That's the packet you selected, right?
Yeah, the client hello.
Okay. Can you go and check it the same thing in the server hello? Server hello.
Client hello.
Scroll up.
Here.
No. It's different when the handshake has completed. Scroll all the way up.
So on the number 11, I guess there should be one on number 11.
142. Synac. Okay. Server hello. Yes. Perfect. There we go. Scroll to the all the way down. Handshake protocol. There is nothing information. Okay.
Not inside this.
That's okay. Then open the client hello one more time. Yeah. Okay. Scroll down. So here is the information when the client sends a hello message to the server. Okay. And in this message, server sends that okay, I'm using Cipher suit, which is 19, method is 1, session ID is 0 whenever the first session established with the server, any website. And if it is a HTTPS communication, then session ID length should be a 0. Okay. Then extension server name, can you expand it? Yeah. Server name, extend the next one. Extension status request, www.google.com. Type is a host name. Okay. Scroll down. Yeah. Support group, EC point. Okay. Open everything. I'll tell you the important part. Okay. Yeah. See, has algorithms is length 18. Hazing algorithm, signature has algorithm. Open that one. Yeah. About. Yeah. So here in this case, whatever the hazing algorithm supported by the client is sent to the server in a client hello message. You see the client is sending all the algorithms which are supported by the client device or the client machine. So he sends, okay, I'm supporting RSA PKSC 1 star to 56. I'm sending RSA PKSC star to 384. RSA PKCS star 1. I'm supporting all these algorithms. Okay, so all these algorithms or hazing algorithms are sent to the server, and when the server receives this request, okay, server chooses the two things. First one is a hazing algorithm, and second one is the encryption method. Okay, which encryption method I need to I will send it to you. Okay, so these are the two things which is chosen by the server and responded with the server hello message. Okay, got it. So if you go to the server hello message, then it should be there. If it's not there, then it should be in a different packet. Cipher chain, cipher spec encrypted and sick message, maybe something somewhere there. TLS version 2, check the packet number 13, it should be there. Yeah, scroll down. Nothing is in there. Okay, no problem. Scroll down if we have it. Check the next one, application data, TLS version. Yeah, encrypted data. Here we started getting the encrypted data. So basically this works like this way. So whenever the client sends a hello, it has some hazing algorithm, encryption method, and all the certificate, like client certificate, sorry, not client certificate, he just sent the message, and a response server responded with the chosen algorithm which will be used during the conversation, and also server will send its certificate, and then client will verify that certificate, server certificate, of if it is legit or not. If it is legit, then client sends a acknowledgement, okay, I received your certificate and it's legit. This is how whole HTTPS works. In between the certificate authentication has conducted, right? Got the idea? So always remember, whenever the client sends hello, it has a hazing algorithm supported by the client machine in the packet. Okay. Okay, let's begin the class. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen, guys? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So in today's lecture, we're gonna cover, these are the topics. What is cybersecurity? Importance of cybersecurity, evolving cyber threat landscape, key pillars of cybersecurity, what are the threat actors, and common cybersecurity terminology. I haven't included all the terminology, but I have included a few of the terminology, let's say 25, but I will give you the link to go through all the cybersecurity terminology, where the whole dictionary is there, starting from A to Z. Perfect. Yeah. So, and the future trends and application in the cybersecurity. Now, what is a cybersecurity? I would like to know from all of you, starting with the Krupa, as you are on the first on my screen.
Like to protect our data from the like malware attack or like any suspicious activity.
Any suspicious activity. Okay. To protect the data. Okay. Okay. How about you, Devraj?
The first thing that comes into my mind when I talk about cybersecurity is CIA, that is confidentiality, integrity, and availability.
Okay.
So confidentiality is the process. The unauthorized users are not able to access those information. The integrity means only the authorized users are able to access those data. Those unauthorized users are not able to change anything to the user data. And availability means the user should be able to get those data at every time.
Okay. Sounds good. Good answer. How about you, Bahesh?
Yeah, the answer is just like the blend of Krupal and Mr. Dev. So it's follows CIA trad, and it's a part of science that protects our data and computer network from any possible threats. Not only we monitor, but we also try to minimize the risks that will gonna be happen in later future once the attack gets launched. So that's all cybersecurity.
Sounds good. Good answer. How about you, Prajesh?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. But I would like to add auditing as well, because there are like policies in which the data has to be protected, or even how it has to be maintained. So auditing also plays a role in this part of cybersecurity too.
That's true. All of you guys have added one component of the cybersecurity. Krupal, starting with the Krupal added that okay, data security is required. Then Devraj added the three key pillars of the cybersecurity: CIA, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Bahesh said that a risk is a specific, separate or unique component of the cybersecurity, which is a required. Rajesh said, if I'm not wrong, the what do you call compliance and stuff like that, which is required for the cybersecurity. Compliance is companies are thinking that compliance is a burden which is posted by the government on them, but compliance is equivalently important in the industry level to maintain the availability, confidentiality, and integrity. Basically, compliance support all these three approaches. Good. Why do we need cybersecurity? What if a company fails to maintain the cybersecurity? What if an individual fails to maintain his privacy, which is somewhat a security?
Yeah, the whole bunch of informations of customers will gonna be exposed, and they will gonna be under attack, and the company will gonna lose the goodwill from the customers, and apart from that they will be facing a huge loss in near future too. So
Absolutely. Why individual need a cybersecurity? Why individual needs to have an idea about cybersecurity or digital, I will say, to aware of a digital footprint. Digital footprint, it means whatever the data that you left on the internet.
So like cybersecurity attack can lead to in our personal life, like it can steal the bank details or like our credit card information and so
Financial damage,
financial damage.
mental damage. These two can definitely happen with on an individual person if he's under attack. Let's say some private photos are exposed on the internet, and it happened in the past as well with the celebrities. So that is why cybersecurity important and cybersecurity awareness is important. Okay, very well. Let's go. Protecting a computer system, network, and data from unauthorized access, attack, and damage or theft is known as a cyber security. Basically, if we talk about a cyber security, it doesn't mean the only computer. It doesn't only mean the network. It means all over the devices, digital devices, which is revolving around the node or around the network. If we talk about in a daily life, in a industry, then they have a server, they have a computer, they have a router, they have a switches, they have a firewalls, they have a Cisco phones, then they have a cameras, which is camera supports which kind of activity, which camera protects which layer of security, physical or the cyber security.
I think physical
Yes.
security control.
Yes, physical security control. Good. So cameras, then IoT scanners, printers, what else? Coffee machines, digital coffee machines right now are like trending in a market. People are hacked by these coffee machines and IoT devices, basically IoT devices. Any other devices which is vulnerable or which needs to be taken care from the cyber security perspective? Any other device in your mind other than which I mentioned?
I think even the vacuum cleaner belongs to IoT, I guess so.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Vacuum cleaner. It can be hacked. It can be hacked. And
The smaller ones which go around in the house.
yes,
It has a sensor too, right?
yes, yes, definitely, and it has more data.
Right.
I had I heard about from my mentor back in like 2 years ago, and he was a cybersecurity professional. He's currently pursuing, he's like working in a cybersecurity. So he got a treadmill, IoT treadmill. Okay, and he's like he every day do a workout and stuff like that. So he doesn't even know that this is connected to the it is exfiltrating the data whatever it stores in the treadmill to the internet. One day he was investigated and traffic through the EDR, and then he come to know, okay, there is something traffic is going from the treadmill. So he was surprised why the treadmill is sending a data to the internet. It should be work in the local network only. So this has happened. This is how the companies get the data. It is for the providing a good feature to the customer, but on the other side, it can be bad if it is reaching out to some malicious actor. So that was the example of a treadmill. What other area that we are missing, and people are forgetting about that area which is evolving in current trend?
I'm not sure. I'm just thinking of my mind. Does Alexa does that?
Yeah, Alexa. IoT things are there. IoT things are there. IoT things are
Okay.
there. AI is there. Traditional devices are there. But one more sector, I will say, a sector where internet is there, digital device is there, and digital devices in everything, like particular thing.
Is it
Heavy
CC camera?
infrastructure.
How about auto,
CCTV.
cars, two-wheelers? This is right now trending. Like everybody gets an Apple CarPlay in the car. Maps are integrated into that, right? Even the two-wheelers, if you know about back in India right now, when I came 2020, there was a usual normal vehicles, two-wheelers, where you don't have a fancy touch screen, nothing is there, just a digital meter, and that's it. But right now, if you see some Ola and some e-bikes, right, they provide a feature like whole digital display where you can select the destination. Yeah, I want to go this way, you can connect your phone. So it's basically using the internet, so it can be hackable. So people are missing this part of the cyber security, that is auto. So recently, like in 2000, like in February 2023, where Jeep Wranglers, Apple Apple or the Android CarPlay was hacked by the hackers. Do you even imagine, like, have you ever any thought, okay, I'm driving this car and it can be hacked? They hacked it, they unlocked it, and all the data like mileage data and engine information and everything with him.
Like that's like the big information. They'll get to know your work destination, home destination, and
Exactly.
they can track easily.
Yeah. Okay. So what are the key components of the cyber security? First is the protection, to protect the data that is available. Detection if intrusion happens. The second key component of the cyber security is to detect. If anything happen, if attack has happened, then it must be detected. Sometimes I said with you, right, yesterday, that the breach has happened on June 18, 2023, and client came to know on August of 11. So this is kind of a June, July, August, so almost a 3 month to get an idea of the detection. The early you get the detection, the less harms to your organization. The late you get the detection, it will be more harmful to your organization. That is why the detection is the key component of the cyber security. Third is the response. Okay, why response is important? Let's say if I detected the intrusion, immediately I need to take a look onto the response. That is basically you are isolating the device, cleaning up the machine, putting into the network again. You are replacing the machine with the new technology. You apply the patch, and so on. Yesterday I talked about one of the NetScaler gateway vulnerability. So immediately after discovering this vulnerability, NetScaler immediately developed a new patch and released it to all the clients whoever using the NetScaler. So which is a kind of a response they did. So response should be a quick in terms of a cyber security attack, whatever it is. I'll give you an example, and I would like to know a thought from you. Let's say it's a big level enterprise, okay, and one device got hacked by the hackers. What is the first thing that you're gonna do? What is the primary response that comes in your mind? Devraj, you're on mute.
I think the first thing we can do is inform the senior professionals, like senior analysts, about what's happening,
Mhm.
or back up the data.
How about you, Krupa?
Like quickly how you can like stop the situation, like they'll not get the more data from you.
How about you, Bahes? And
Try to communicate and inform immediately to the incident response team as soon as possible, so to minimize the loss, I guess.
incident response team is working on this, which basically incident response team is taking incident response team got an idea, okay, that is a breach has happened, okay, with this particular device. What you gonna do? The first step by the incident response team, that I would like to know. How about you, brother?
Stop the data loss. That's the first thing, which has been leaked out. So somehow they have to break the communication between the hackers and the main.
Whenever anybody asks you in interview, what are you gonna do if the machine is gonna be hacked by the external hackers? Okay, so first step in a response is to isolate that machine from the network. Why we are isolating the machine from the network?
So that so that those malicious actors would not be able to access the valuable information of the user that are stored in the system.
Okay. So basically, why we are isolating the machine? We are isolating the machine so that it cannot spread in the network. Let's say if breaches happen in the one device, and if it stays in that device, if the device is connected to the network, it can spread into the whole network, and then it can tear down the whole network. So immediately the first step is to tear down the connection of that particular hacked device. So isolate that machine, put it in the lab environment, okay, run it there. And the one somebody says the backup, right? For the backup, there are some ransomware who can even encrypt the backup as well if the machine is also under the ransomware attack. So if you take the backup, it will gonna encrypt your backup as well. So further things is done by the forensics teams to check how the investigation is performed, like how happened, when happened, what happened, why happened, and where happened. Okay. So first step is to isolate the machine. If any interviewer asks you how you gonna do a forensics, or if attack has happened onto the device, what is gonna be your first step? So you're gonna respond with that. Immediately I'm gonna isolate the machine, and then I'll first of all scan the machine with some of the antivirus or whatever the security tool I have, and depending upon the data which I received, I will have a look. I will export the process list. Okay, like pay attention to these points. Okay, this will help you to give the answer in an interview. So I will immediately export the process list. Okay, whatever the processes were running on the machine. Okay, I will take the digital copy of the hard drive. Then what else you can do? Whatever the data, I will get the OS copy. Okay, so these all the things we're gonna get. This is just like a basic answer to this question. Okay, now next is the recovery. Okay, recovery. Recovery means what? If the data breach has happened, if ransomware attack has happened, attacker encrypted the whole data, whole data available on the computer. So somehow we need to pay the ransom. One thing, or you need to get rid of the data, whatever that you have. You need to accept the risk. Okay, my data is gone. I cannot do anything. I don't want to pay a ransom. So in that case, what's going to be the recovery? It's going to be a like backup. So take backup every day. So if anything happens, it's going to be recovered from the backup server. So that is why everyday backup is essential. If you go to the industry, okay, there are backup agents and there are backup servers for the technologies, devices, and everywhere that runs at around 12 o'clock in midnight, which is considerably a downtime for everyone. 12 a.m. to 2 a.m., where usually the important data is backed up and put it in the file server or somewhere for this kind of a scenario. So recovery is important. Okay, this is terms of the cyber security, but let's say you are using your own computer and by mistakenly you did a hard delete of your file. Okay, how are you gonna recover it? Any idea? First of all, are we able to recover it or not?
We should be able to recover, but we won't be getting the whole same thing. It depends. It depends how it has been constructed. Like we have studied about the RAID system, right? So RAID will be helping if one one server fails, they'll be able to copy the other file with the help of parity. Yeah.
That's a backup server, which is basically a synchronization with the other server. So if one goes down, other comes up automatically with all the same data. But here I'm talking about, let's say, on your personal computer, you deleted the file, okay, and you wanted to recover it. Is there any way that you can
There are
recover?
tools available to recover.
Yes. So there are paid and professional tools are available for the recovery of the data. So whatever you like copy in the disk, there are small chunks of data is still available and stored in the pen drive, and some that is a what do you call it, reserved part of the memory. So from there you can recover it. Okay, cybersecurity measures are designed to combat a threat against the network systems and applications. If we talk about the
But again with the recovery, if the hard disk or the pen drive it is infected, and if we try to recover, we'll be getting the infected stuff back.
infected stuff back. Yeah, definitely. You get all, whatever the data. Say it's a recovery, you get it back. Okay.
So it should be put in the sandbox. If it is a server,
Yes.
they put it in the sandbox
Yes.
so that it doesn't get infected into other network as well.
So in terms of a recovery, from the cybersecurity attack perspective, okay, the recovery is conducted on the basis of the detection. Okay, on the basis of the detection. If cybersecurity team come to know, okay, breach has happened at let's say 12 a.m. midnight, so they're gonna take the data, recover the data, whatever available from the backup server or somewhere from the device till 11:59, not before that, not or whatever the files that they come to know. When they do investigate, okay, they come to know, okay, these are the compromised files, these are the processes are running on behind. So they gonna carefully take the recovery. Okay, they're not gonna take all the data. So it is depending upon this how cyber attack has happened. I saw one of the cyber security attack where you see a file, Windows file, as a legitimate. All the contents in that particular Word file was the same, like the normal content, right? But that Word file was executing the PowerShell script in the background. Why Word file needs to execute the PowerShell in the background? Why?
So the Word file has got admin credentials. So that's why when it was executing the PowerShell.
It was executing the PowerShell in PowerShell script. It was asking, first of all, it created the local user, then elevated the privileges. Then the user who was compromised, he was a local admin, not a domain admin. And from there on, he did a lateral movement. Sorry. So this is why the recovery is important, depending upon the what kind of a recovery you are taking. Okay. So that is one thing. If you are taking from the same device, the infected device, okay. Second thing, people do a backup on the backup server or in a cloud. So if the device goes down or if attack has happened, they immediately isolate the device. As we said earlier, immediately new device gonna launch, and whatever the data is available from in a cloud, they're gonna fetch the data and put it in the device, and it starts running. So this is a second approach. Any doubt? Okay. Now, cybersecurity measures are designed to combat a threat against the network systems and applications. So in a cybersecurity domain, you will see a different kinds of job postings. First is a cybersecurity analyst. Second is a network security analyst. Third one is a application security analyst and a mobile security analyst. Okay, so basically two popular job postings are in market. One is a application security, second is a network security, analyst or the network security, and the third is a overall general cyber security. Okay, And some other job roles are there, IAM and so on, which is basically a specifically authentication module and so on. We'll talk about it later on. So when we talk about the network security, that specifically focuses on the network part of the security. Whatever the data is flowing in the network, they protect against, they protect that data. They provide the security for the network. Network includes the endpoints and so on. It includes the routers, switches, whatever the endpoints, or the whole network. They are protecting the whole network. Now, if we talk about the application security, okay, and application security is referred as a web application security and mobile security both. So if somebody is designing the web page, or somebody is putting their website onto the for the public, right? So the security issue is resolved by this application security engineer. So basically it involves the secure coding methods, secure software development life cycle. So security part of that particular development is included in the application security, and application security engineers gives an idea to the developer. Okay, how we gonna develop the secure application? They suggest some measures, put these measures, put two-factor authentication, how they gonna make a web application more secure. So that is a task of an application security engineer. Okay, whether those threats are originating from the inside or the outside of the organization. Okay.
So web applications are mostly done by the blue team. That's what you're saying, and network security done mostly by the red team, maybe even
No,
blue team as well.
both teams are available in both of the
Okay.
both of the domain, network and application. In a network, attacker is basically they can attack the network, they can attack the application, whatever it is. So red team is definitely a single
Just
team.
attack.
Single team, they are just an attacker. But in a security, blue team is a similarly approach is the same. If person is working in application team, okay, then it's a application security. If a person is supporting the network team, okay, then it's a network security. So it's just a concept: red team, blue team. Red team attack, blue team defend, and purple team gives the does the both thing, attack and defend.
So the companies, they do look for both those, or like they only go with either the red or the blue? Is there anything like that when the company is looking for?
I see a more people are looking for the blue team right now over here in North American market. Okay, but there are some postings are available for the red team as well, and they pay like a very good handsome amount to the red team ethical hackers. But they look for the some of your background, like how much you break, like bug bounty and stuff like that. How many vulnerabilities you found, how did you do penetration testing into the network? Showcase your profile, kind of that. But in a blue team, it requires a basic knowledge of a networking and the cybersecurity for the entry level position. I remember one of my friend, we were together in the internship. We were both doing the blue teaming, and he had a like back home experience, 2 years of back home experience in a red teaming. So he didn't like the blue team. He joined the Mercedes Benz, where he got a 90,000, not 90, 110,000 for the red teaming, for the like what do you call a basic position. So
Nice.
yeah. So Mercedes Benz pays a lot of money for the red teaming, but you will gonna see a job posting where they will say, we wanted to need somebody who can test the environment. They're not gonna clearly say we want ethical hackers, but they will say they'll post a simple job title, cyber security analyst. But if you go to the key responsibility, test the network, that is basically an indication of a red team.
Oh, like pen testers, right?
Pen testers, yes. Pen testers is like kind of you can start it as a business when you get a grip over it. You can take some of the projects, small projects for small organizations, and you can do it by your own.
Oh. I think we still need, we can simply do a pen test by ourselves, right? We need a authorizations for to do the pen testing and all.
Yes, yes. So whenever the pen testing is happened, whoever is going to be doing the pen testing, okay, they sign the agreement with the client, okay, confidentiality agreement, okay, whatever the vulnerabilities they found, if they are able to penetrate, they're not going to disclose in the market. They are not going to say anybody. So non-disclosure agreement and confidentiality agreement is must be signed by the ethical hackers. Then and then they start the penetration testing. So penetration testing, if we we're gonna talk more about on that in the week 3, where ethical hacking, and we're gonna cover all those stuff. So basically there are 2 types of testing, white box testing and black box testing. If you have any idea about white box testing and black box pen testing, anybody has any idea? How about Devraj?
I think in white box testing, like the ethical hackers do all those types of pen testing who do legally, or like the
Yeah,
like all the information are already priorly given to them. Like and also in black box, the unethical works are hacking by the malicious actors are done.
okay. When we talk about the pen testers, like ethical hacking, there are 2 types of testing. One is a black box testing, and one is second is a white box testing. So in a white box testing, as Devraj said, all the specifications, software specifications, technology specifications, user specifications, network specifications, infrastructure specifications, all these specifications are given the ethical hacker. Okay, this is our environment, this is how it works, do the penetration. While in the black box testing, it's nothing. This is www.facebook.com, penetrate it. I don't know how you're going to penetrate. I don't know. I'm not going to give you my information. I'm not going to give you infrastructure information. I'm not going to give you a technology information, which coding languages we are using it, and nothing. No specifications is given to the pen testers, and they perform the pen test. This is called black box testing. So they were talked about the legally, illegally. So that comes under the 3 types of hackers: white hat hackers, black hat hackers, and gray hat hackers. Any idea?
White ones are the legal ones, black ones are the illegal ones.
Yes.
Gray, I guess, does both.
Gray is
I mean-
like Shaktiman. Shaktiman, Gangadhar ही शक्तिमान है, शक्तिमान ही गंगाधर है.
And nobody represents them as a gray there.
Yes. So in a common terminology, this is like, did you see Mr. Robot web series? No. Watch it, Mr. Robot web series. It's really nice. The person hacks the Epsilon company, which is a big in US, and he showed some of the payloads and stuff like that. And it's a kind of a story thing, okay? But he was a gray hat hacker in the first season. He does a regular job in the morning, and in the night he does the hacking. It's basically a Shaktiman. Do you guys know?
Somebody who is a white hat hacker may be in need of money. Money is the motive for everything.
Absolutely, everybody needs money. I'm doing this thing like money and for my career growth. Definitely, you're doing this for money.
But again, when we look into the countries, it's like cyber espionage. Like they do it for for the military purposes.
Yes. So we're gonna cover all these things in today's lecture only. Okay. So now, key pillars of the cyber security. Today's lecture is gonna be bit theoretical, not gonna be some practical. Okay. Key pillars of a cybersecurity: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Let's start with the Krupal. What do you think about the confidentiality?
Like encrypting our data.
Mm. Think about
So-
in a general term. When somebody asks you, what are the 3 key pillars of the cybersecurity? You're gonna say confidentiality, integrity, and availability. The next follow-up question: what is the confidentiality? First, I want to ask an answer in terms of a general way. Okay, then take it to the cybersecurity approach.
So confidentiality is like we put a like lock on our data, something like that.
Okay.
Or like if we are passing the data that anybody can't see it. So like basically encrypting.
Okay. Why confidentiality is important in a cybersecurity? I think earlier Mahesh said this answer. How about you, Brajesh?
Is privacy comes under that? Confidential.
Privacy concern that. The key component associated with the confidentiality is the reputation loss. If somebody can see the data, it can attack the data, it can post that data on the internet, it's going to be a financial loss. If I talk about the personal, then it's going to be financial and the mental loss, both kind of thing. Confidentiality is more important. If you are sending a hello message from node A to node B, then it should be a confidential. Nobody should enter into this message and can see the a message what they both are communicating, right? So that is why confidentiality means what? There the data transferred between node A and node B is a confidential. No intruder, no third person can see that data. That is called the confidentiality. We will talk about the man in the middle attack in the future, so which comes under this confidentiality, where man in the middle attack, it means like attacker comes into the picture between the node A and node B, so it breaks the confidentiality between the two components.
Then we
Second
can
is-
say an example like somebody from the corporate level, some employee trying to send, some important files of the corporate to somebody outside. That also confidentiality breach, right?
Confidentiality breach. Definitely. Confidentiality is the most thing which is required. So whenever you join the company, they definitely gonna ask you to sign the confidentiality agreement. If it is a security job, if it is a software developer job, whatever the jobs you go, right? The confidentiality. If you do like a normal factory shifts, right, on a regular basis, if they are making some food products, okay, they're gonna like ask you like a little note in the offer letter, okay, confidentiality agreement, and so many lines are written. You never read that line and sign it and give it to back. But why they are signing this document? Because they want that process to be confidential from the external vendors or external users, or from the external world. They wanted that processes to be confidential to the organizations only. That is for the organization. Same way in the communication over the internet, confidential communication. That is why HTTPS are there. Encrypted traffic is in the network. You cannot see. Man in the middle attack cannot happen with HTTP. It can happen, but we are saying it like this. Like if you are using HTTPS website, nobody can see the data in between. That is why confidentiality is in there. One of the key pillar of the cybersecurity. Second is integrity. What is the integrity?
Like for integrity, we can say like sender A is sending the data to the B. So like for make sure like sender A counts some hash on that data and it will send that hash value to the receiver also, so they can match, like data is not altered in between the transportation.
Right.
Like
Integrity is means what? If I'm sending a hello message, HELLO, to the Rajesh or the Bahesh, okay, Bahesh receives that hello message. It should be the same as it is. Whatever I sent, it should be received by the Bahesh. That is called the integrity. The data integrity means what? The data should not change during the travel time. Data should not change during the travel time. That is called integrity. The value of the file or the data inside the file should be same on the both node. If sender is the data is sending from point A to point B, the integrity should be there. The data should be same. Let's say why integrity is required from the cybersecurity perspective. How about you guys? Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever a sender try to send a message like saying hello, and the receiver receives the message other than hello, then there creates miscommunication, and it will leads to different disaster or like a catastrophic also. So unauthorized modification should strictly be prevented, and the data must be corrected while communicating. So that is what integrity means.
Okay. Sounds good. So think about the financial organization and think about from the perspective of the financial organization, why integrity is important.
Like while doing financial transactions, and then if there is miscommunication, then if financial organizations need to receive lots of money or like that from the customers, and instead of receiving the messages for the money, then they will receive sending money or like that, and then what will happen? A huge financial loss.
If any digit,
Oh yeah, digit.
if a single digit
Single
comes,
digit.
like places on the right or places on the left,
Yeah.
what's going to happen? It's going to create the disaster. Right? That is why the integrity is important in a cybersecurity. And
Can you give an
basically,
example for the healthcare too? I think
yeah, healthcare too, definitely.
yeah, when you're sending, the health report, so the guy won't be having any issues. But what happens if the data has been altered, saying that he's having all the issues? He'll be ending up having panic attack, or maybe ending up at the hospital for no reason.
Yeah, that is true. So that is basically a key pillar of the cybersecurity. So in a cybersecurity professional maintain the confidentiality. Confidentiality means what? They are maintaining the confidential document or the confidential network communication in which we are using encryption. So nobody can decrypt the message which we are sending from point A to point B. So encryption can be put into the confidentiality. Now the second one is the integrity. Okay, so integrity means we are sending a message hello, it should be reached to the receiver at same as hello. So for that, what we are applying hazing algorithm to verify the integrity. What you're going to use? Integrity. To maintain the confidentiality, we're going to use encryption. Got it? So if interviewer asks, tell me about like which component, which is a key pillar, what are the three key pillars of the cybersecurity: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So they're gonna ask you follow-up question. Hazing supports which key pillar? So you're gonna say integrity. We are verifying the files. And third one is availability. We're gonna see in a Kali Linux. Let me see. Let's finish up the availability and then we'll jump into the Kali. Availability. What do you mean by availability? All of you guys have experienced the availability issue in your life, whether it's digital or whether it's a physical. What is availability? Anybody? Rajesh?
Thing is it we're trying to access a website, and if the website is not available, for example, if there's a DDoS denial of service attack happened onto a company, then at the time of maybe booking a ticket, especially the train ticket, IRCTC, what happens? The company won't be able to sell out the tickets on time. Can be.
Okay. And what is your feeling when you were not able to book a ticket?
If there's a competitor, people will be going with the competitor.
Okay. But first thing, you're gonna frustrated.
Oh yes.
What the heck, man? How did you make this website? It's not working. I cannot book the ticket. I'm now gonna come to you.
The image of the company will be affected for sure.
For sure. So if you are a customer, then you're gonna think, okay, I'm not gonna go back to that particular vendor if they are having a availability issue, right? So it affects the reputation. It loses the financial. It impact the financially. So these are the things which are important. Availability. In terms of, let's say, we were in college. Specifically, I'll talk about myself. On a GTU results. Okay. I'm from the Gujarat Technological University. It's whenever it's a result day. Okay. Thousands of people are doing accessing the same results. Like thousands of people are accessing the results, and this immediately site goes down. Right.
It has happened with the Flipkart as well.
Yeah.
They announced, I think, the mega sale, and the whole Flipkart went down. I think in the month of October at the time of shopping. Right.
Yeah.
So naturally, it affected all the users, all the customers, and even the image of the company.
It affects users, customers, sellers who are sending the product. But another part that you never know, it's definitely gonna affect the reputation. It's definitely gonna affect the share prices, stock market, right? If the availability is not there, you can definitely see the stock market prices. Like stock market prices are going down. You cannot provide the data. How come can I gonna give you money? No way.
So like sometimes they are like on their website they changed their price, like they were not intended to, but like somehow, like one of my friend got the like Google Pixel for just the $9 in Walmart site. And he saw that like in your site this is the problem, so like give it to me, so they gave him even.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
happens. It's dependent on the user behavior, user analytics.
Yeah, but that is not a cyber security part, right?
No, that's
Yeah,
completely
yeah.
like a development part. How they develop the code and how they uses the user behavior and whatever the optional data. First they say it is optional, but it's taking whatever the data that you are fetching, or whatever the what we call food that you provide to the computer systems in terms of keywords. If you keep talking all day about, okay, I want to visit this place, visit this place, you'll start getting the ads. Why? You are talking. Your microphone is there, right? Speaker is there. It receives the data. It converts the data, and it will show you the some ads depending on that. If you go to the Instagram, you like some of the food reels. Immediately next day, what content you gonna get? Food related. If you watch some comedy videos, it's gonna show you like some comedy videos. So depending upon the user behavior, the user gets that data in the future. Similar way in a cyber security. Earlier, cyber security was working as a signature based, like what do you call it? Normal thing. Person A was having some malicious characteristics. So person A was identified as a threat actor or the malicious. So antiviruses were doing that thing. They were going on to the digital signatures and the files. If well-known popular files, IOC files, abc.txt is a compromised and abc.txt is a malicious. So antivirus is going to remove that file. But now what happened? The attackers are being smart. They are rename the file. They are changing the hash of the file, and they are putting into the system. On the same side, security part has also upgraded. Now the EDR, they work as a behavioral base. If in a background, if any processes are running, if it triggering the other processes, it's gonna immediately take the actions. Availability. Okay, so these are the three key pillars: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Are you guys comfortable to talk about any of this: confidentiality, integrity, and availability if it is asked in an interview? With an example, always mention like one example, like a confidentiality encryption is that you will say, okay, here is the case. I'm sending an encrypted message 1 to B, node A to node B. This is where comes the confidentiality, and always mention about the hashing. Okay. Let me share my screen for the Kali Linux and see if we can. Cat. I had that file. /w, I forgot the command. /w or some.
Colon WQ exclamation.
That was for the Vim editor. This is
Vim.
manual. Let me try it out in a Vim test.txt. Yeah. Hello. Hello. WQ. Okay. Cat test dot txt. Okay, this is the content in the file. Now, if you want to calculate the hash, MD5 sum then test dot txt. This is the hash of the file. Okay, let's say if somebody changes the content of the file, will the hash of the file it's going to be the same?
No,
No.
it changes every time.
Yes. Let's try it out. No, test1.txt. Sorry, I opened up the wrong file. Test.txt. File. Hi. Hash value got changed from the earlier. So whenever you make a changes in the file, the hash value gonna be the different. So that is why hash function is used to verify the file, integrity of the file. So there are rules basically works for the hashing algorithm. Okay, in a security control, let's say SIM, security incident event management, where you create an alert if the file is not same as earlier what we received, then it triggers the alert. That is why whenever you download any file from the internet, it provides the hash. Download Nictos scanner for Kali. Search for hall and also well known as so. So basically, whenever you download the file, you get the hash value from on the internet. You can verify that hash value. So if you download any packages, okay, you can verify whether it is correct or not. So that is why integrity is used. For the encryption, I'll say it has encrypted the file. For the decrypting the file, if you want to see this file, okay, cat test.txt, you could see it. But if you're sending this file, somebody needs to encrypt this file. So decrypting this file, GPG and file name test.txt .gpg. First of all, let's see. Test.txt, test.txt. This is the encrypted file of test.txt. Let's check the algorithm. Let's check the MD5 hashes of both files. Test.txt. Okay. Dot gpg. Both hashes are different. Okay. Let's decrypt the file. GPG test.txt dot gpg hyphen out test2 dot txt. Let me put that as 2.txt. Enter the new file name, test2 dot txt. Okay, we decrypt the file. Now let's check the hash value of those file. MD5 sum list test2.txt, right? MD5 test2.txt. There we go. Since both of them are having a same content, 4193650 DD1 1DE 16F123E73B85A9. So first we encrypted the file. Encrypted file has a different hash, while the decrypted file has the same hash as the previous one. So maintain the integrity, maintain the confidentiality. Whoever is going to access the file, encrypted file, is not going to access. That's it. Cat. We already decrypted the file, right? So cat test dot ppg. Got the idea? So this is where the confidentiality, integrity, and availability are. We all know that data should be available. Okay, so if somebody asks you how we're going to monitor the confidentiality, you're going to say by the hashing algorithm. Okay. Let's start with the presentation. Okay. Do you want to guys take a break for the 5 minutes? Let's join back in 5 minutes. If okay.
Yeah.
let's start. Yeah. So the next topic is the threat actors. Threat actors, it is basically hackers, types of hackers who do the malicious activity. If we separate the two words, threat is basically a what? Danger or something like that. Actors means what? Who does that thing? Okay, so that is known as a threat actors. So there are mainly 5 types of threat actors: cyber criminals, hacktivists, nation state actors, insiders, and the script kiddies. Anybody has any idea about any of these threat actors? From the name, you can guess. Let's start. How about insiders?
Like from the company who know the everything about the company policy and they are trying to hacking their system.
Yes, very good answer. How about cyber criminals?
Who does the ransomware attacks? Can be cyber criminal.
Okay. Can he do any other attack?
Anything that is threat to the enterprise from outsiders.
Okay, very well. Very good to make it generalized. How about nation state actors?
Those who are being funded by the nation to do huge scale of operations, like Russian cyber criminals are targeting Tesla of US share like that. So,
Mhm.
which
Okay,
are being fully funded with by the nation, and they are being back up.
very good. How about script kiddies? Devraj.
These are the people who have less technical expertise in the cybersecurity field, and they are the most dangerous one because they do not know what they are doing. Yeah.
Yeah, almost right. Yeah, script kiddies are the hackers in the market which do not have a knowledge how to protect the net, like how to attack. Basically, they take the script, they take the uh, already made tools and do a penetration testing, but they don't have like any idea what they are doing. So they are the most dangerous one, as they were said. Okay, let's start with the cyber criminals. Cyber criminals are mainly operate for the financial gain. Whatever they do, okay, they get the financial gain from that. So Prajesh made a very good example that of a ransomware attack. If somebody does the ransomware attack, then he posts his cryptocurrency ID. Okay, okay, put me this much of amount in my crypto, and I'll decrypt your files, and you will be able to get your data. So mostly operates in the financial gain, basically a black hat hackers. They are the cyber criminals. Okay, yeah. From the ransomware attack, just a quick question. So let's say if somebody is under the ransomware attack, your machine, individual's machine is under the ransomware attack, and attacker asked for some money, let's say $1,000. Okay, so what you gonna do? Are you gonna give money to him or not? I want everyone's individual approach on this thing. Let's start with the Bahis. You're first on my screen.
Oh yeah. So if my data worth more than $1,000, then definitely I will gonna pay him the ransom. If my data is not that important and that won't be too costly in terms of my personal benefit or like that, so definitely I will quit it.
How about Rajesh?
As he said, if the value of the data that we are having is more than, if it is costing millions, there is no other way, right? So, and the other way approach is that if it doesn't matter, we can, just dispose the data. So we do have the backup with us. So if it doesn't matter, then we don't need to respond to the ransom.
Okay. Let's add one more note into that. Data is valuable. Let's say mid-valuable, $500 or $600 kind of data. Now let's say Krupal. What is your thought?
So like maybe I will not, because like there is like I'll see that if there is a security or not, because like if I'm paying him, but like he also like if you already gained the access to my data, then maybe it will not worth to give the money to him.
Okay.
But if I have to, but it is depend on the situation, like how much still at the end, like how much worth the data.
Yes, you are reaching to the point.
Yeah.
Any more idea that you want to put?
Not right now. I
Not
don't
right?
have.
Okay. How about Devraj?
Yeah, as everyone told that, like, if the risks of the data is more than what I'm currently gaining, then probably I will pay for it.
Okay.
I think these are the terms mostly related with the risk treatment, like something like that.
Let me ask you a key question for this answer. If attacker gain access into your machine, is it gonna be persistent access or not?
Yeah, I think it's a persistent attack.
Yeah, so definitely. So attacker gain one-time access to your machine. Okay, you pay the ransom. He'll decrypt the hard disk. What guarantee? He's not gonna
there
do
is no
it
any
again,
guarantee.
right?
Yeah.
So like it's a definitely a gray area where you do need to where you give them a money or not. But if it is like not required, do not give them money. Dispose the machine, like change the RAM, change the hard drive, and put the new hard drive. Right?
Is there any history on that? Has somebody paid for the ransom? I don't know. Like in the cybersecurity world, has anybody paid for the ransom to get the data?
No, I'm not really know that about thing, but I will definitely search about this thing and I will share the link with you. Yeah, for that case at least. Yeah, but yeah, I did an investigation on one of the ransomware attack. Okay, where server endpoint devices were hacked. Okay, and one key element that was left by the attacker, that they put a decryption value embedded in the registry key. So while investigating the victim machine, okay, checking out the all processes, which are the triggering, which are the external IP it is reaching out, what kind of a process is that, and checking all the logs through that machine. I come to know, okay, these are the registry modifications that happen starting from this. So I check all the registry modules and so on. And related to that HKLM/software/ something, I forgot the specific registry name, in which he kept the registry value. So that we were able to decrypt the data and we got the data. But after getting the data, put it in the separate hard drive, dispose the machine. Done. So these are some cases in a like real time scenarios happen. Sometimes if it basically this was done by the script kiddie, because only the script kiddie can put the decrypting key in the registry key. If somebody else is not going to put it in the machine itself. Yeah. Okay. Let's back to the topic. Cyber criminals operates mostly for the financial gain, engage in activities like a ransomware attack, identity theft, credit card fraud, often operate in an organized crime group known as a cyber crime as a service. This is a new topic, cyber crime as a service. So cyber criminal does not do any activity by himself, but he take a expertise of somebody else. Like he gives like a normal person access, okay, and give him his instructions. Okay, do this, this. But he was behind the back, and he gives some portion of the money to that person. So that is known as a cyber criminal as a service. As similarly in a SaaS, software as a service, PaaS, platform as a service, IaaS, infrastructure as a service. So same way, the cloud technology is evolving, cybersecurity is evolving, and this is a new concept: cybersecurity, cyber crime as a service. Okay. You already have some idea about identity theft, right? What is identity theft? What is credit card fraud? Here in Canada, it's pretty much common. Every day you get a spam call, right? For the credit card. Okay, we got a UPS parcel from this and that. We received a post from the speed post like this. Please visit here, pay some
Yep.
money.
Even the CRA too.
Yeah, CRA. I'll show you one message.
Yeah, I lost my $92 for the like buying the one mixture, the magic bullet. Like when I came to Canada before, so I was not aware of this kind of things. At that time, I just clicked that link and order it, but like I never got the product, and I just lost the $92. So yeah.
Yeah. See, this is a like a crafted message. Yeah, can you see? Oh, sorry, it's because of the background. Yeah. From the CRA. They're saying interact reminder to claim your 342.28 return from the CRA by August 12th. And the link is like CRA govi, not government, govi dot helpdeposit.com. And I think there's a very famous web series is there for this credit card theft and identity theft. Indian Hindi web series, Jamtara. You know about that? Watch that series, Jamtara. It's basically a whole series based on the credit card fraud, how people do a credit card scam. Right? Now, hacktivist. Hacktivists are the pursuit of political or ideological agendas, launches an attack to raise awareness or promote their causes, may deface their websites, leak the sensitive data, or disrupt the service. Okay, this is basically a hacktivist. To put some political ideology or to favor some politician party. Okay, so they are basically working on the hacktivists to include what we call to ignite the moment, anything moment. If it is a strike against the government, if it is a strike against some nation, if it is a strike against some organization. So these are the hacktivists. They basically do this kind of activity. Next is those nation state actors. Nation state actors are those kind of hackers, as Bahez earlier said. They are funded fully by the government to protect the country or to deface the defacement of the some of the website from the enemy country. We have heard so many news from our India that we saw some Pakistani website has been defaced by some Indian cyber security engineers and so on. And similarly on the other way as well. It happens with the right now. This is going on with the Russia. Recently, North Korean group of hackers attacked the Russian military base, which is having a secret missile information that their next generation missiles are developing, and this was leaked by the North Korean attackers. And surprisingly, in this case, what happened? North Korean hackers group attacked Russians missile organization. Okay, they got the information, and this whole thing is monitored and came to know by the USA. So USA came to know that, okay, North Korean attacked Russia, but we got this much of information. So here the North Korean became the actor. The North Koreans, what do you call it? Hackers. Russian military base was the victim, but who gained the profit? USA. Recently, a Sentinel one posted that thing. Let me share with you. Sentinel one, Russian. There we go. Check this link. How this attack was happened. All the information were available in the North Korean group. Open carrot backdoor activity. I did an investigation on this thing just like 5 days ago. Open carrot backdoor. If you don't know the backdoor is a kind of a, let's take it in a simple term. Door is in the back of a house where house people cannot know who entered from the back. But we'll get to know more about this thing in future topics. So this is gonna be your task in after today's lecture. You need to research about one of the cyber attack. Okay, you need to put the details from the internet, and you will need to explain to me and all other your classmates about that cyber attack in the 5 minutes, not more than 5 minutes. Yeah, in the next lecture. Feel free to copy paste the information from the internet. Put your ideas into that thing. Okay, I don't want to like brief long assignment, just a 1-page assignment. It's good to go. Make sure you add the IOCs. Okay, how the attack happened, when happened, what happened, and how happened. So all the W question: which, where, when, how, what, where. Okay. Okay, nation state access. This is a classic example of this. North Korean attacked by Russia because of the missile, some confidential missile information and so on. Research. Next is the insiders. This is the biggest threat in enterprise overall. Why it is the biggest threat in enterprise space? Anybody wants to guess why?
I think because these kinds of people know all the information regarding the company, their information, technology, the things they are using and everything. And for example, if they leave the company, then some people just disclose all the information to the wrong people, and the wrong people can easily get access to the system. Or they have a hated or like these people have some hate towards the company regarding their salary or everything, or they just disclose the information.
I can say whistleblowers comes under the insiders, right?
Nice. Okay. So insiders are basically, as Devraj said, they have the like full knowledge of the technology, how things are working. Okay. So these people are the biggest threat. First thing. Second thing, you cannot know initially what is happening because traffic is coming from the internal IP. So first it creates a blind spot until it shows some behavioral analysis. So that is why these are the biggest threat. And there is a one quote in Hindi, घर का भेदी लंका ढाए. For Devraj and Mahesh, I would say the person. Do you understand Hindi? No? Yeah. So it's basically the person who works inside, he can destroy the whole house. That we always see in our like regular life as well. Whoever the person inside who is not behaving well and who has not integrity, who has not integrity in himself, he can destroy the house. Okay, so that is why insiders are more threat to the organization, and most of the organizations have their EDR solutions, SIEM solutions, and so on, and they give a contract to the third party. In majority of the cases, they give a contract to the third party for monitoring their own environment. Why they are doing this thing? Any idea why organizations give a third party companies to monitor their internal environment?
Maybe for log analysis.
Log analysis, yes, could be, but it is because of the some of the compliance related. And second thing is that if attacker is from the inside, okay, and if the person who is monitoring the activity from the inside, maybe they both can collaborate with each other and perform attack. That is why they have that internal cybersecurity team as well as their external cybersecurity team, so that both way they can validate the thing, whether it is happening from inside or whether it's coming from the outside. So that is why they give a contract to the third parties to monitor their internal environment. If they still have a cybersecurity team, if I talk about my client, which I'm working for, they have their own like 60 people of a cybersecurity team. 60 people are in cybersecurity team in the US. They still give a third party contract, managed services contract to us, and we are like 15 people. We are monitoring their own internal environment as well as the external environment. So if something favorism happen, or if let's say a person from the finance team and the cybersecurity team, they both collaborate with each other. Finance person know the main thing where the money is coming from. Cybersecurity person knows how can I make a way to get out of that money, right?
Comes under confidential breach, right?
Yes, definitely confidential breach. That is why people they put it in an agreement as well. Okay, let's say if you're working for one company, specifically in a US healthcare and e-clinical works, if I know that company, okay, they put an agreement. Okay, if you work with us, okay, if you work with us, you cannot join the similar company in the next 6 months. Why? Because you worked with the patient healthcare, you worked with some of the practices, some of the hospitals, they are their client. Okay, if you go to the similar company, okay, you will suggest, definitely you are new to that, you wanted a good impression in the company, you want a good boost, so you say, okay, these are the big clients, okay, target them, marketize them, okay, try and approach them, I will get a good money from that. Okay, next is a script kiddies. Script kiddies, as we see, as Devraj said earlier, they are not having that much of technical knowledge. They take a scripts from the internet, they download the tools and basically execute the attack. These are the dangerous ones because they don't know what they are doing. But right now, this can be mitigated by some of the automation tools such as EDR, firewalls, IPS, IDS, antivirus, and so on. Okay. Motivation for the cyber criminal is varies to varies. Like basically a cyber crime is varies to varies. It's sometimes somebody do a hacking just because of the like a fun. Sometimes they do for the financial gain. Sometimes they do for the reputation. Competitors do ethical hacking to other companies. So these are the scenarios that can be taken into the consideration for these threat actors. Okay. Any doubt on this? Okay, perfect. Basically, networking was not my part. Okay, I agree. Like I understand the networking stuff and so on, how this works. But if somebody told me like to teach networking, I know the basic stuff. I can teach them what are the important things for the cybersecurity. Okay, cybersecurity has definitely come with a question. I'll definitely give you some answers. Okay. Now let's go with the common cybersecurity terminology. I will not go more dive into this thing because we will be getting all these things throughout the course in a different modules. Okay, first of all, attack surface. What do you understand by the attack surface? A surface which is vulnerable for the attack. That is attack surface. If I talk about the let's say start with the mobile device. What is the attack surface in a mobile device?
Like application,
Yes, very good answer. Then
the passing over the mobile system, like automatic updates.
automatic update, very good. Anything else?
Open ports.
Open ports, okay, good. Anything else? Browser that you are using basically inside the application. So application comes on top of this application. If you say application, it covers everything. Application is the major attack surface for the mobile device. Then else, one key part is missing. Think about some network. Think about some networking perspective. How mobile communicate.
Like
How
on call communication.
no.
Hmm.
How mobile communicate to the internet.
Through Wi-Fi and router.
Yeah, there we go. Wi-Fi, wireless access point, rogue wireless access point. This is a fake Wi-Fi. If you go to the open Wi-Fi, the data is not encrypted and you get a security warning. Your data, whatever the data is traversing through this network is unencrypted. Unencrypted. Attackers can see this data. And rogue access point. If I create my rogue Wi-Fi, the rogue access point is means a fake Wi-Fi. If I go to the coffee shop, Starbucks, and create the Starbucks Wi-Fi, everybody's gonna join the network. I can see the traffic. What is going through the traffic? That's attack surface, right? How about the computer system? Computer system, it's a big system,
Same
right?
like the web browser attack.
Web browser,
Then maybe in your storage data.
storage data, okay.
Same Wi-Fi, internet.
Wi-Fi, internet. Okay, the sum of all possible entry points that attacker can use to exploit the system. Okay, for a mobile phone, I forgot to mention about the phone SMS calls, right? These are the entry point for the attackers.
And
They
like
call
Bluetooth is there or not?
Bluetooth. I don't know about the how Bluetooth has attacked and so on. I'll need to look into that, but
Yeah.
I'll definitely gonna look into that. Yeah. So attack surface is this for the computer system, same way. Web browser, Wi-Fi, open ports, open services. These are the attack surface for the Wi-Fi system. Let's take an example of something else. How about a coffee machine? Same Wi-Fi. It's IoT device. It's gonna communicate to the Wi-Fi. It's gonna going first of all the whatever the packet that is coming. It's going to the Wi-Fi router, and then Wi-Fi router to the internet. So if a person gets an IP of the IoT device, it can be crackable. So attack surface is what? Wi-Fi.
But again, coffee machine, what is the data that can be taken out from the coffee machine?
Coffee machine, not really that much of data, but he can use it for the lateral movement. Lateral movement in the sense, IoT device is configured by the IT technicians. IT technicians may have logged into that particular coffee machine, or maybe like I'm talking about the digital coffee machine, right? Which is configured in the digital things, and they have provided some like a small programming is there, okay? That is done by the IT technician guys. They take care of these IoT devices, right? If I talk about the camera, same way, it is taken care by the IT technicians. Okay, it doesn't have that much of big software, but it has some code, right? So if they crack that thing, they can do a lateral movement from there. That there is no valuable data in a coffee machine, but a place is valuable to move laterally in a network. There was one case which I encountered. First of all, user gain access in one of the system. He was a local admin, and from there he elevated privileges to the built-in administrator. He compromised one machine. Luckily, the machine was user was having a local admin. By using the only local admin privileges, he was able to elevate those privileges to the built-in administrator. If you guys don't know about the built-in administrator user, then built-in administrator is a user who has access to all over the network and administrative rights. Important users. Okay. Now, next is authentication. The process of verifying the identity of a user, device, or a system, which is called authentication. You already know. A process which is verifying the identify. If I'm claiming a user, then the process of verifying my identity is called authentication. Authentication is basically when you log into the web browser, you are putting your username, you're putting your password. Not a password, that's not that. Okay, you are putting your username, password, and then immediately you get a code on your system. Okay, enter this code. What is that? This is verifying the authentication. It is verifying the process. If Krupal is saying that I am a Krupal, then they need to verify whether she is the Krupal or somebody else is trying to get the access. Authorization, granting and denying access to the specific resources based on the authenticated user's permission. If Krupal logged into the website as a non-regular user, she will get some data like a regular user gets. But if Krupal logged into the website as an administrative user, she get all other functionalities which is available to administrator user. Authorization is basically a granting or denying the access depending on the specific user. Let's say finance user has a access to the financial files, but HR person does not have access to the financial files because he doesn't require that access to those files. So that is basically authorization. So verifying the user is coming from which domain or the which particular user role, and depending upon that, providing the resource is called authorization. What called? It's called authorization. Authentication, authorization attack surface. So this can be asked in an interview. What is the attack surface? Tell me about the attack surface in a mobile device. Tell me about the attack surface which is available in the computer systems. Have you encountered any kind of this question, Devraj, in entry level interviews? No.
No.
This can be asked. They ask for the authorization. They ask for the authentication. They ask for how you implement the authentication in the system.
Yeah, but they asked me the question regarding the phishing email analysis.
Phishing email analysis. Okay, what was the question?
They gave me the scenario like the email that was sent by some malicious actors to me, and how do you find it? Like, is it the legit email or is it from the malicious one? Like, firstly, we can look from their header, like email header, like their user email address, from where, at what time, their IP address, that we can find it, and various, like their, like using various tools like VirusTotal and various others. Like the question was similar to that, like.
So in those kind of scenarios, first of all, header. Second is check the format of the email. If it's not properly formatted, it could be a hacker. Check out the links, hyperlinks. Check out the address where it's coming from. Whoever is claiming to be identity, check the identity. Whose person is this on the internet? Check out the organization, whether it's actually is there or not. Check all the hyperlinks. Check that. Do not open the attachment if he sends you. Never open the attachments. If you suspect any phishing email, never open the attachments. And after that, if you want to open that file, okay, put it in the sandbox environment, download the file, and verify the hash. Put the hash in a VirusTotal, you will get to know. So there are different techniques to identify the phishing email. We will learn about that thing in upcoming lectures. Next is a malware, malicious software designed to harm, exploit, or gain unauthorized access to system or data. Okay. Malware is basically a piece of software. Person who takes the another path from the regular development. He says like, okay, I'm get tired of all this regular development. Let me take something else. And there we go. We have a malware. Phishing, a type of a social engineering attack where attacker impersonate the legitimate entities and trick user to revealing a sensitive information. We already all know about the phishing, how the SMS phishing is happening, phone phishing is happening, this email phishing is happening. Social engineering is more. They try to communicate with you, like they are with you, and show some empathy towards you. Okay, they show you some offers. Okay, these are the offers that is going on. Please subscribe. Kind of that. So phishing is a type of a social engineering attack. Ransomware. Difference between ransom and malware is that malware is a kind of a piece of software that gains an access, exploit the system, and so on. But the ransomware is a kind of a software which is a kind of a malware too, but it encrypts a whole system. Victims file system or demands for the payment of the ransom for that. If somebody asks you for a ransom, if your system is compromised, you first thought in your mind it should be, I will not give a ransom. Right? Okay. Next is a firewall, a network security device that monitors and controls the incoming and outgoing traffic based on the predetermined security rules. Then intrusion detection system. Anybody has any idea about, like, if you guys know intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention system, encryption, all this stuff, I can just skip it if you know already this terminology.
Yeah, I know.
You know, okay.
Does the checkpoint comes under
Checkpoint offers a firewall.
Firewall.
Checkpoint has a different solutions. They offer a firewall, they offer IDS, IPS, they offer they have some recently launched their EDR solution as well. Checkpoint is a company. Okay, encryption, patch, a piece of software designed to fix vulnerability bugs, vulnerability. This word you're gonna hear throughout the course. A weakness in a system that can be exploited or compromised in a compromise of its security. Vulnerability can be present in a mobile device, computer, laptop, server, database server, router, gateway, switches, IoT devices, all over. Whatever the device that communicate to the internet, or if it's sending a data from node A to node B, can have a vulnerability. Zero-day vulnerability, a vulnerability that is never known, vendor or a public, and can be exploited before the patch is available. Remember we talked about the Citrix gateway vulnerability. That was a zero-day vulnerability. Nobody knows about that before, and company lost a lot of money from that. Cybersecurity framework, a structured approach is managing a cybersecurity risk, providing a guideline and best practices. This is gonna be like framework, niche framework, ISO frameworks. All these stuffs are like a theoretical basis. You just need to know, you need to put this access control list and so on. You need to provide a two-factor authentication to your user. Do not give a permission to users and so on. This can be taken in a like a what do you call, in a separate lecture. If you want to go over some theoretical part, I can accommodate this ISO niche framework in lectures. But if you don't want to like go into the practical part of this ISO and niche framework, I can just give you a provide the slide. There is read out that niche framework and ISO framework, because it's a theoretical part. Nothing practical comes out from those frameworks. So what do you think?
The slides are enough.
Price has enough, right? It's basically a like theoretical part, nothing kind of some guidelines. You need to do this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, that way. Nothing more than that. But yes, you need to keep remember those things. It can be asked in an interview. Maybe maybe interviewers ask you, what are the frameworks do you know? Niche frameworks, MiIT framework. They're not gonna go deep dive into that thing, but they're gonna ask you, because they don't even know thoroughly by themselves too.
So in one of the job description, it was written like NIST framework and that ISO 27001. Like they just want me to know the knowledge about it, right?
Yes, knowledge about this. It's just a framework means what? These are the frameworks are basically a guidelines. Okay. Guidelines in terms of computer security, network security, network security, application security, and what else? Yes, these two domains. Let's say if you are a network security engineer, or if you are working as a cybersecurity professional, then you need to consider all these things. Okay, you need to give a least privilege access, LPA, to the users. If they require a user, then you need to give them. At least implement two-factor authentication. At least try to maintain the backup server. Put a risk analysis every month. Kind of like a guidelines, nothing more than that. But you can definitely go there, check it out. And similarly, you need to create in an industry level environment. It's just a framework, means like statements only. But yeah, you need to remember it. They're gonna ask you like chunk of portion from there. NIST and ISO 27001. Multi-factor authentication, a security method that requires a user to provide 2 or more forms of identification before granting access. Multi-factor authentication is very famous. Social engineering, manipulating individuals into confidential information or performing action that compromise security. Data breach. Then incident response, we already know that the process of handle, mitigate, and effect of a cybersecurity incident, including identifying. Number of jobs are available for this particular thing, incident response. More number of jobs are available for an incident response thing. And second available is for the risk and so on. Why people are hiring more over here for the risk team, risk and compliance team. because this team itself comes under the compliance. If companies operate in the North America, right, they should have some professionals, cybersecurity professional who are working for them and maintaining this risk profiles and so on with the company. That is basically a compliance requirement. That is why they hire cybersecurity criminals, cybersecurity engineers and cybersecurity analysts in their company to just maintain the risk and so on, to show the government, okay, we are doing this thing. Otherwise, government can penalize them. Penetration tester, pen test, ethical hacking, or identify vulnerabilities in a system or network. Two-factor authentication, a subset of a multi-factor authentication, require 2 different authentication factors before granting access. Future trends in cybersecurity, as we saw that Jeep Wrangler got hacked, and unauthorized user can got access to that car. So IoT basically. Increase in the cloud services. Right now the cloud security is so much in demand. Right now the cloud is in the demand. Cloud security is not that much in demand because people have not that much of idea about the cloud security. But once it's gonna be in the peak, people will be having a like high salary. Recently, you will not see a lot of job openings for directly for the cloud security. But as soon as the cloud grows, okay, in a future years, we will see a cyber security analyst positions will be replaced by the cloud security analyst because everything is moving to the cloud. Big system, even SAP is moving to the Azure.
Oh, towards Azure? Oh, okay. I thought they do have their own cloud system. That's what it was.
They have their own cloud, SAP clouds, but people are like usually right now their migration projects are going on. A lot of migration projects are going on for the SAP. They are migrating their on-premise data to the Azure servers. They will have their own thing, but the backend thing is going to be the Azure. That's why SAP jobs are available in market, but for the migration cockpits. Okay. Social engineering attacks, multi-factor authentications are improving. Earlier, multi-factor authentication was like you just type the code and then multi-factor authentication. But right now, companies are using Azure multi-factor authentication. In that, you provide username, you provide password, then you install the multi-factor authentication MFA website. MFA. You install this authenticator app. This authenticator app, okay. Authenticator app is there, okay. If you cannot see, I'm sorry. Authenticator app is there, okay. So it will ask you for the passcode that is seen in the screen. Once you enter the passcode, it will verify your face. Okay, first time is not done. They verify twice before giving you access. So this is how layered approach has grown. Earlier it was just you enter the passcode, that's it, then.
I think AWS account has that thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
AWS, Azure.
Yeah.
Continued rise of
users are mostly going for single sign-ons, right? That's the one which is going in trend.
Yeah.
Single sign-ons. They don't want to go for multiple screens, eventually ending up putting the passwords.
Single sign-on. There are some services, web services are available. They give this kind of a service for the single sign-on for the small organization and so on. And right now, Azure and AWS they started giving a single sign-on. It's been a while. So if you click on one application, they will give you all access to all applications. But depending upon the configuration, yeah, how the system administrator configured the access. Single sign-on is available in the Windows system as well for the local machine. If you configured your application requires a username and password for the administrative access, right? And if you configure the single sign-on, you don't need to provide the administrator. Yeah, yes, click on the yes or so on.
Yeah, sure.
Malware automations are there. Polymorphic malware is there. Third-party risk is there. Continued rise of artificial intelligence. AI is taking it over. EDR is what? EDR is basically taking support from the artificial intelligence. It is flagging the things depending on the behavior. It is flagging the things depending on the past behavior, and it predicts the future. Right? Okay, this file is gonna be this file is gonna make a infection in the system. So yes, these are the all things. That's it for today. Next week we're gonna see the MITRE framework. Okay. Any questions? Okay. And today's assignment is for the cybersecurity case study. Okay, you need to do a one case study for any cybersecurity attack. Okay, put it in a assignment single page. I don't want more than one page. But make sure you answer what, when, why, where, why, and you need to explain it to the everybody. Feel free to take a reference from the internet, or you already been to the college. How you do the assignments? I know, and I've been to the college. So I will look into your assignment, but more I will look into the things how you explain to the others.
Back then there wasn't any chat GPTs. Now it is chat GPT.
Yeah, I know. So that's why we go to the all the website, copy the whole website, put it in a Quillbot, take the paraphrase, and put it in the assignment, submit it. That's it. I know what people do, and it's nothing wrong with that. Okay, they are giving us so much assignment. If you're gonna write it down like whole way, no ways. You need to maintain your study. You need to maintain your part-time work. All those things. So it's understandable situation. Okay, all right, guys. Any doubts? Anything? Okay, feel free to give any feedback if you want to do it something differently. Feel free to reach out to me. Okay, if you want to incorporate some practical stuff, go on.
Like in the MIIT group, like Pinkesh sir is always posting the support session. Like we have a support session on Tuesday, Thursday, or Sunday, something like that. So what was that? I don't know.
It's basically a support session during the week. Let's say we are going right now on the theory basis, but in the future lectures we will be going into the more on the practical parts. Let's say if you are doing ethical hacking and so on, so we'll teach you some theoretical part and we'll give you some practical part to do it. Okay. If you are facing any difficulty, if you are facing any issues, just reach out to me or Ajay during the support session. We are planning to put it on Tuesday or Wednesday 1 hour. What is your availability during weekdays?
Like
I'm
in
not
the morning.
working.
Morning. Is it
Yeah,
available?
morning. Yeah, morning time.
Morning time. Okay. How about you, Bahis?
Yeah, I wanna go with morning.
Morning. Okay. So we'll plan out something, and as soon as we start practical, like we are giving practical every week, but that's you don't require support on this. I believe you guys are confident enough to do this all by yourself. But as soon as we go more deeper into this thing, we'll give you a support line for the 1 hour of session, 1 or maybe 1.5 hour of session during the weekdays. I will take a control of your system if you're facing any difficulties. We'll guide you. Okay. Any doubts? Okay, there we go. All right. So have a wonderful rest of the day and enjoy Sunday. Bye bye. I'll
Thank you.
paste the assignment for you. Okay. Go and check it out.
Have a good day then.
Bye.